Hi and welcome back. Today we're focusing on mobility. So for today's class, you're going to want to have a foam roller. Also a block might come in handy or two. So let's begin today's class lying down on the back, and we're going to start by mobilizing the thoracic spine. So as we work our way into strength for tomorrow's class, we're going to want to make sure that we've identified our areas of limitation, and that as we continue to strengthen and move through our yoga practice, we're aware of these areas and we spend a little bit of time focusing on mobilizing those areas, making them stronger and more flexible. So what I found in general is that people tend to have tight ankles, hips, thoracic spine, weak cores, unstable lower backs, and tight neck and shoulders. So we're going to focus on mobilizing through those areas specifically. So lie down onto your back, and then we're going to actually not lie down on the back, roll onto your side and put your leg up on your foam roller, kind of like you're sleeping. Now your head, so I'm going to throw in this last extra prop actually. It can be a little gnarly on your head how to have to hang like this, so I'm going to grab a pillow. So you can take your pillow and we're just going to take a nap now. All right, I'm going to read you a story, and there's a warm glass of milk. That'll be coconut milk for the vegans. And then from here, we're just going to keep this knee down, and as you inhale, twist open. So as we go through mobility, I'm going to go through more advanced versions, but this will be the most basic, a supine twisting action. Twist back, and then twist open. Now if you're like, what the heck, I'm not getting any exercise now, I'm laying on my back and twisting, this isn't any good. To get stronger, you're going to need to be more mobile. You're only as strong as flexible as you are. So this work is just as important. Twist open. One more time. And we'll hold this last one. Breathe all the way down into the pelvic floor, belly, side ribs. And when you breathe out, feel the side ribs draw back in and down, the abdomen deflate, and the pelvic floor gently rise. The diaphragm contracts. The pelvic diaphragm, that is. And then slowly come back. And we'll change sides. Don't roll off the roof. Okay, so I got my knee up on there. And the pillow is really the way to go with this one. If you're not using the pillow, you're missing out. Oh, tight chest, shoulder. Roll back. Roll open. Two more. And last one. We'll hold the last one. Deep breath down. Pelvic floor, abdomen, side ribs. And let it out. Side ribs move back in and down. Abdomen deflates. Pelvic floor contracts. Then as you breathe in, down into the pelvic floor, the diaphragm contracts downward. Fill up the ribs. And as you exhale, feel the side ribs move back in and down. Diaphragm release up, the belly deflates, pelvic floor contracts gently. Oh, and then come back. Okay, now if you felt like you had a lot of tension up here in the T-spine, shoulders, chest, you're going to really love this rolling that we're going to do. If you didn't, if you're like, I'm super open there already, you don't have to do this rolling. You can skip ahead. We're going to focus on rolling different areas throughout the course, so don't worry if you're like, geez, are we only going to be rolling out this? Just chill out, okay? All right, so from here, cross your arms in front of you so that you're spreading your shoulder blades as much as you can. The ribs are in, tuck your abs a bit and your butt, and then we're going to roll up and down in between the shoulder blades. All right, so that's roll number one. And you can also, if you feel a really stuck spot, you can just pin it and do little micro movement, side to side, up and down. And then you can just even pin the tight spot and breathe. Now, right at the bra line, sit your butt down, hands behind your head, and as you inhale, back bend over the roller. Oh. Exhale, roll up. Inhale, roll over. Exhale, curl up. Inhale, roll back. Exhale, go a little deeper. Inhale, stretch even further. Exhale, come up. Okay, now into the serratus anterior and latissimus dorsi. So we're going to roll onto the side with the arm over like so, and start just by rolling along. So if you were to take your arm up, you could feel this meaty part of the bottom of the pinky side finger of the armpit. We're going to be rolling out that situation right there. So you just start by going side to side. And what this does, when this gets really caught up, when we roll it, you'll be able to feel that you have better range of motion for your arm. We should have done the test first. Let's do the test real quick. Shoot. Okay, so sit up and then take that arm up. Feel what it's like to stretch it. Do the other one. You might already feel a difference in the one that you just started rolling. Okay. So we're pinning that sucker, rolling side to side. Then we're going to lean a little bit more towards the side rib instead of into the back, and start to even lean the chest towards it a bit as we roll up closer towards the armpit. Oh my gosh. Just breathe into that. And if you need to add a little micro movement, you can start to turn your chest forward and back, a little up and down. Now, last part, I'm going to angle either the roller or my body in relationship to the roller so that I have a little bit of angle. So I'm no longer perpendicular, but slightly angled downward in relationship to the roller. And then I'm going to lean onto the side of the chest, right into here. And then I'm just going to bend the elbow, go forward and back. All right, and then get a little bit in the back of the armpit. You can even internally and externally rotate your arm here as you hit the back of the armpit, shoulder area. Okay, now sit up straight and let's try. Oh my gosh. It's like, oh, Tin Man now, look at this thing. Oh. Okay, so that's kind of cool. Good to roll. The dramatics. Okay, so we're going to start off getting into the lat and serratus anterior. Little side to side action. We're going to use the pillow again, so don't worry about it. If you're worried, don't worry so much. Practice more yoga so you're not so worried. Okay, and then at that little angle there, we'll start to lean more into the true side and even into the chest a little. You can add a little micro movement side to side, up and down. Really just explore where your knots are, and you can spend more time in there. Then for the chest situation, notice I angle a little more, less perpendicular, more of an obtuse angle between my torso and the roller, if you remember math. And then we're going to take the arm forward and back. So you're just seeing how much movement you can get. Don't go into pain. You shouldn't feel pinching. It should feel like a dull, stretchy sensation. It shouldn't feel sharp shooting. So you might be like, oh, it's painful just to roll. Well, there's a good pain and a bad pain. You know, if you're not sure of the difference, that's the difference. Okay. Oh, we didn't do the back part. Okay, so now we're going to roll into the back of the armpit shoulder and try a little internal and external rotation there. Okay, cool. Now let's give it a shot. See what we got. Oh my gosh. New and improved shoulder. Okay, so that's how we can kind of hack our mobility with foam rolling. There's other ways to hack it, which I'm going to teach you in week 2. But now we're going to go through the mobility warm-up, and then we're going to do a couple of specific mobility exercises for the T-spine and shoulders. We're going to get through a bunch of different body parts throughout the course, so have that to look forward to. So check it out. We're going to start off standing, and we'll work our way from the top down. So starting from your head and your neck, I want you to feel what it's like to be able to take the neck into flexion, into extension, but I want you to imagine like you have a paper towel roll right here through your ears, and you're going to twist the paper towel roll so the chin tucks, back of the ears go up, and then you're going to twist the paper towel roll the other way. So you're moving from up high in the cervical spine. Most of us are blocked from moving that area of the cervical spine, so just having the intention of moving that is really important. Okay, so now roll from your ears and then try to get flexion through the whole cervical spine, maintain the flexion, and then twist your chin to the right, and then side bend your ear to your right shoulder. Rotate and then go into extension. Remember when you're rolling the ears the other way? And then start to lean your head over towards your left shoulder. Ear rotates over, and then we'll go around the same way. Chin to the right, lean your ear, feeling the stretch on the left side. Tip your chin up as you go into extension. Roll over to your left shoulder and back to center. Last one. Going 1 mile an hour, maintaining some tension through your body so that your body isn't moving around, and trying to maintain the cadence so the movement isn't jerky. Then twist your chin to the other side and roll yourself around. So doing these movements on a regular basis are important for the health of all the joints in the body. It's a great supplement for your yoga practice. Not only is it diagnostic to be able to feel what's tight, but also therapeutic for the joints because you're moving them through their full range of motion, controlling it so you're getting stronger and more mobile. Okay, now working our way down to the shoulders. With your hands at your side, take your shoulder blades forward, then draw your shoulder blades up, draw them back without anything else moving. Your ribs are going to want to jut forward, keep them in, and then draw your shoulder blades down onto your back. Forward and up, back and down. One more, forward and up, back and down, and then in reverse. Back and up, forward and down, back and up, forward and down. Now, grab your pillow and come onto your knees. Now, this isn't a requirement, but this gives you something tangible to round into and to extend into. When you have something to push your body into, it's a little more helpful. Okay, so first, round over your pillow. Tuck your chin, round your spine, and then take your spine into extension. See if you can feel the muscles that move your spine to extension, encourage those to help it move. And then go back into flexion. So you're not just hinging, you're actually turning the muscles on through these movements. Okay, then from here, twist to your right. We'll do the same movements for the neck. Side bend. Now, we don't want to load the spine and try to back bend from here. So, from your left shoulder, we're side bending to the right. From your left shoulder, lift up towards the ceiling, sky, and then go into a back bend. Then, pretend like you're trying to reach your right shoulder behind you to touch a wall, and then lean over to the side. Roll your right shoulder forward, imaginary wall, come to center. Twist, roll your left shoulder towards the imaginary wall and across. Side bend, lift your left shoulder behind you to touch an imaginary wall, and then switch with the right. Twist around, back to center. Let's go 2 to the other side. Twist to the left. Side bend. Right shoulder tries to reach back to imaginary wall behind you. Then the left shoulder tries. Side bend. Roll around. Now let's try to make it smooth and less jerky, but going through those same movements. Toss your pillow to the side. And now we're going to do the, whatchamacallit, shoulders. Take your left arm up and then rotate it. Take it behind you. Internally rotate as you bring it to your side. Externally rotate as you take it back up and around. Now I have these pretty whack shoulders from surfing, so my circle isn't that big, but you might be able to reach all the way up by your ear and keep it close to you. I go a little wider because of the tension. So I'm honoring my limitation as a result of the sport. You might have, as a runner, limitation from your hamstrings. That probably, I'm sorry to say, it's not going to change no matter how much yoga you're doing if you're trying to run crazy amounts every day. And same with surfers. All right, let's do the other one. So you're going to develop a certain amount of muscular tension, tensegrity through the fascia as a result of your sport, just to be expected. So right here I can use my other hand to brace my core to make sure that my core isn't moving around. We want to be able to take each joint through its full range of motion, independent of the rest of the body moving. And that's what we're doing with these exercises. Now let's get into the elbows. So take your hands out in front of you, bend your elbows with your palms facing you, and then rotate, but try to turn from your elbow joint to turn the hands and push down. Rotate so the palms supinate, but you're moving it from the elbow joint. rotate from the elbow to push back down. Now in reverse, with the hands turned down, pronated, and then rotate. Hands will supinate, palms turned up. Turn your palms down, turn from the elbow, bend in, and turn the other direction. Now let's get the wrists. Now, I should have talked about this at the beginning of the challenge. We're going to flex and extend the wrists here, but if you can't extend your wrist all the way, you're going to end up with wrist problems from doing vinyasa yoga. You're going to end up with pain in your wrist. So we have to have mobility in order to strengthen, and that's the important part of what we're doing here. So you can run through these mobility exercises. Now let's go in circles, working towards full range of motion without the wrist catching, without any pain pinching. Going 3 times in each direction, nice and slow. You can start with these exercises and even doing stretches for your wrists so that it goes towards full range of motion, so you're not bearing weight on something that isn't willing to do it yet. Does that make sense? All right, good. Now from here, let's do the hips. And there's lots of different ways to do these exercises. I'll be running you through different positions that we can do them from. So starting with your left knee, bring your left knee up to your elbow, and then lift it out to the side like a dog going pee. Hold it up high as you internally rotate it. Take it behind you. The glute engages, keep your lower back long. Now lower your knee down and lift your knee back up. Abduct, move out to the side. Externally rotate, holding the knee up high. Bring it to your elbow. Lower it down. Try to minimize the amount your spine moves. One more round. Knee to elbow. Externally rotate as you abduct. Internally rotate, take it behind you, lower it down, lift it back up, abduct, knee to elbow, lower down. Let's try the other side, knee to elbow, lift out to the side, externally rotated, internally rotate and take it behind you, lower slow, lift back up, abduct and externally rotate, knee to elbow, lower down. Last round, knee to elbow. Lift out to the side. Internally rotate. Take it behind you. Glute engages to hold. Lower slow. Lift up. Abduct. Externally rotate. Knee to elbow. Knee back down. Come to a seated position. And now we're going to do the knees. So your tibia should be able to internally and externally rotate if it's going to be healthy. We often lose that ability and we end up with a lot of knee problems. So externally rotating the shin bone with your heel close towards you. Try to keep that external rotation as you straighten your leg almost all the way straight. Then internally rotate and control your leg towards you. Externally rotate, reach. Internally rotate, so I'm using my hands, but eventually you want to be able to use your own muscles to make it happen. Internally rotate as you straighten now. Externally rotate, your ankle will turn too, but try to move the shin. Internally rotate. Externally rotate. And pull in. Now, let's block the shin from moving by putting the hand right there, and we'll just do the ankle circles. Now these ankles and knees are messed up from years of abuse from skateboarding. So I just want to honor my rotation, how much I can do without straining the joint. And it's gotten better over time. The more that you do these, the healthier your joints will get. So if you have some joint issues, go through these circles before you do your practice. You're going to notice a big benefit, and over time it'll get better and better. Okay, let's change sides now. So we'll start with the external rotation towards straight. Internally rotate as you control in. Externally rotate towards straight. Internally rotate. Try to turn the muscle more as you pull it in. Turn in now as you go straight. Turn out as you control in. Turn in as you go towards straight, not to lock out. Turn out as you pull in. Then brace the shin and rotate the ankle 3 times each way. Okay, now here's the funnest one. This one, when I first learned it, I'm like, there's no way that any of this can happen. But through regular practice, it's changed. First, my toes looked like this when I first started, all crunched in like a bunch like this. So I want you to first let your toes spread. Now with your knees pointing straight ahead, we're going to try to lift the big toe independent of all the other toes. And then set it down. Up and down. And then set the big toe down and lift all the other toes up and down. And then all the toes up, big toe up and down on its own. Now all toes up, and then fan them down one at a time from the pinky toe working your way in. On my repetitively sprained ankle side, the toes don't want to move as well, but I'm going to try to see if I can control them nice and slow without letting my ankles twist in or out. I'm just moving from the toes. Not letting the knees turn. Jeez, Bear, chill out. Okay, so there you go. There's all your movements. Now, since we did all the movements, we're all warmed up, loosened up, we're going to do a couple more shoulder and T-spine specific stuff. You ready? So this is one of my favorites. We've done this a couple of times, I think, already. You're going to come to a squatted position with your toes curled under. And then, so you're working on 2 things here. We're getting hip mobility, and we're going to get, Ollie. And we're going to get T-spine mobility at the same time. Ollie. He's a good listener. Okay, so from here, we're going to twist open with the left arm, inhale. And exhale, slide. Inhale, twist open. Exhale, slide. Inhale, twist open. Exhale, slide into thread the needle. You can lower your ear and stretch your top arm overhead. Now, as you're holding, I want you to actively push down with your left arm and push down with your right hand. Like you're trying to push yourself out of the pose. And we'll increase the intensity to 50%. And hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Now slowly back off of that and let yourself melt a little deeper. All right, then start to back off and melt yourself a little deeper into the stretch. And then find the muscles that would pull your left arm across your body, and then start to contract those muscles. Like you're trying to pull your arm in closer towards you. Work up to 50%. And then the muscles that would lift the right arm, work up towards 50%. And slowly back off. Melt a little deeper. Release that. And it might have felt like you got really deep after doing those contractions. Right arm inhale. Exhale, twist. Inhale up. Exhale, twist. Inhale up. Exhale, let's go into the twist and hold. All right, so first action, you're going to, after you've relaxed a little bit, drive the right arm down into the ground and the left arm down. Don't strain from your neck to do it. Feel the muscles in the shoulders and the arms and the core. Work up to 50% effort, pushing away. And then relax a little deeper. Let go of that effort. Now, the muscles that would pull your right arm across your body, start to squeeze those, and the muscles that would lift the left hand up off the ground. For 10, 9, 8, and then relax. And slowly come back up. Oh my gosh. Okay, the last thing that we're going to do is a controlled stretch back to child's before we go into our swimmers. So control, squeeze the backs of your armpits as you stretch back like you're trying to pull the mat towards you, and then pull yourself back up over your wrists. Even go past your wrists. This is good for your wrist mobility. And slowly start to stretch back. I'm squeezing the muscles in my armpits to keep my spine long. So I'm doing an eccentric contraction. What's it called again? And then pull yourself back. And then holding the eccentric, keeping the squeeze as I lengthen. And forward again. Now hold this position, shoulders over the knuckles, and release. Last thing that we're going to do is the swimmer, which is one of the best exercises for your shoulders. So we're going to start with the arms all the way forward, and we're going to do the contractions again from this position. So with your forehead down, it's going to be hard to hear me in a minute, but we're going to push down and drive down as much as we can, working up to 70% effort. Then we'll relax that and lift the arms off. So with the forehead down, start to squeeze down. Squeeze your whole body, squeeze your glutes, your core. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70% effort, squeeze. And then slowly back that off. And now the muscles in your deltoids and your shoulders that are going to lift the hands, see if you can lift the hands up and hold. And release. Relax. And then we'll go into the swimmers. So lift your hands off, reach your arms back, internally rotate, bring your hands onto your lower back. Lower the elbows, lift back up, lift the hands off, stretch straight back in internal rotation, externally rotate, take your arms forward into a Y position, bend your elbows, hands behind your head, lower down, lift the elbows, reach into the Y. Internally rotate as you reach back. Hands on the lower back, lower down. Lift. Stretch the arms back. Externally rotate as you take your arms forward. All the way into the Y. Now try to fight the Y up higher. Mine doesn't go up very high, but see if you can lift yours higher and higher. Keeping your core in, your legs engaged. Then go into the T position. Hold the arms up. Go higher. Arms straight back. Internally rotate. Lift higher. Lift a little higher. A little higher. And release. All right, so come to a kneeling position. And all this work, we want to keep checking to see if what we're doing is really helpful. So now stand up on your knees and we'll try the shoulder circle. Take your arm. Oh, man, I feel like it moves. I feel a little tired, but I feel like I have better control through the range of motion and a little better range of motion. Let's try it on the other side. This is the real tight one. Oh yeah, my neck doesn't want to catch as much as it did before. That's pretty cool. Let's try one thing for the T-spine. Pull your hand to your chest, twist, arm back. Do you feel like you got better twists than at the beginning on the roller? Pretty nice. All right. So if you like this work, let me know below what you liked about it, and specifically if you're able to feel better range of motion for your shoulders. And also, if you have specific areas of your body that you want to focus on, I highly recommend you checking out the conscious movement community. So I'll put a link below to the conscious movement. It's my course that I put together where you can try different mobility practices for each part of the body. So if you have like, oh, I know my hip's really tight, or I got this funky situation in my neck, then you can work on the video that's specific for that, which I recommend working in as you're working through the course. So I'll put a link below to try that for a couple weeks free. So during the course, you can focus on your area of mobility that you need to. All right, so thanks, and tomorrow is strength day. Have a good one. I'll see you next time.